皆さんこんにちは、KachokTVのつなです。現在は皆さんが見る通り東京スカイツリーの前に来ております。今日はここにいる外国の観光客に日本についていろんな質問していこうと思ってます。Let's go! Okay, my name is Christina. What are your names?
I'm Dan.
Dan?
I'm Jack.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, guys?
We're from Germany.
From Germany? Where are you from in Germany?
I'm from Munich. Well, he's my dad. We're originally from southern Germany, southwestern Germany. I'm living in Munich now.
So you're traveling together with your father?
Hi.
Only two of you?
Oh no, the family actually.
Oh.
The rest is back there.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
what brought you to Japan? Why did you decide to come all together?
We are going on a round trip. Well, we're actually ending our round trip. This is the last day today,
Oh,
and we're leaving tomorrow in the morning. So yeah,
what's your plan for the trip, the round trip?
we had 2.5 weeks.
Oh.
We went from Tokyo to Kyoto to Osaka, Nara. What else? Hiroshima.
Miyajima,
Mm.
Nagasaki.
Yeah, now we're back here.
What was your favorite?
Favorite? Oh, Japanese general. It's my
Well,
favorite.
everything.
But Miyajima was very nice,
Mm-mm.
peaceful. But yes, Hiroshima.
Mm-mm.
But Tokyo is absolute the best.
Yeah.
Sky tree here.
Yeah, it's beautiful, right? How about you? What was your favorite?
I would also say Miyajima and Hiroshima. I've
Mm-mm.
never been to that corner of Japan before, so it was quite the discovery. I mean, we had really bad weather all the time, but we still were able to appreciate,
maybe
like,
the typhoon was coming.
yeah, sort of the outer parts of the typhoon sort of messed the weather up a bit.
Yeah, sad.
Could have been worse, right? I mean, yeah, we enjoyed like the village of Miyajima, like on the island.
It's beautiful, right?
That's very nice.
Oh, ryokan.
Yeah.
Did you wear like the traditional Japanese clothes?
Onsen.
So, is there something that impressed you in Japan, or like something that impressed you the most?
Most the culture, the people, and everything is impressing.
Yeah, I mean, I would also say the people. I mean,
Mm.
aesthetics is one thing, of course, and it's sort of everywhere, right? You have a certain vibe in the country, but yeah, I mean, the people. They're like, sort of many interactions with strangers are like very positive by default, and I like the positivity. I mean, Germans are known to be rather pessimist, right, or maybe a bit negative in what they say or what they do, and it's quite enlightening to like be around people who are always positive.
Have you had any interesting interactions with the strangers?
I would have to think. I mean, it's been 2.5 weeks. Everything has been very stuffed. Well, I've been interviewed by some nice people like you, but I've also been interviewed in Hiroshima, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah,
Also for
by-
YouTube?
That was it was a television channel. I don't remember the channel actually, but yeah,
Interesting.
yeah, that was a quite interesting interaction. I didn't expect that.
What did they ask you about?
About like the site. I mean, we were visiting the Peace Memorial and like everything, the surroundings. Yeah, so that was it, right? I mean, we have a. I was just taking photos. They were interested in the photos.
Same here. Absolutely the same. So, and last question. If there was one thing that you could bring back to Germany, what would it be?
Well, I'm holding it. We are holding it.
Tower knives.
Yeah, it's about like a super sharp kitchen knife.
Yeah.
We have to bring it in a suitcase though.
Yeah, Japanese knives are very famous, right?
I heard, yeah.
Very sharp.
Yeah.
And sweets and something.
Oh,
Also
there's so
sweets.
many.
Uniqlo stuff, right?
Uniqlo,
Just some basics, you know?
Tea,
Yeah, matcha.
matcha tea.
Don't show this to the officials.
Yes. It's all.
Yeah. Yeah, mostly the kind of gifty stuff, you know, that you want to give to friends. And yeah.
But how about like for yourself? Is there something that you wish was in Germany too? Maybe you cannot bring it, but you wish it could be there as
wish.
well. Yeah.
Hmm.
Such malls.
Yeah, the malls themselves actually. Malls are super boring in Germany compared to
very
this.
boring.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been to Germany, but I really love the outlets.
Yeah, outlets are
So,
something else. That's right. But I mean, like regular malls in cities in Germany are a little more boring. They should actually step up their game. I mean, I as a man, I think in Japan I don't have as nice of an offering as like for women's clothing, for example. If you're a woman, you would get much better offerings, I would say. Maybe it's not my style, I don't know, but like for women, shopping must be super amazing. It feels like there's so many options, and yeah.
I think in Japan they sell a lot of cute small things in the shopping malls, and that's really like amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I bought a super weird thing. We're gonna get it. So this is like it's a bookmark. It's a bacon bookmark. I mean, it's not bacon. It's a replica of bacon. I just bought it actually inside there somewhere, like on this level. You might have seen it. They have food replicas of all sorts, and yeah.
Yeah, that's really amazing, isn't it? Like
like
so
super
many
weird.
funny and interesting things everywhere.
Yeah. No, it's super nice. Also, like the cute illustrations of cartoon animals everywhere, like on the bus. Everything's just a little more cheerful than it has to be, and it's nice.
And we like most the Shinkansen.
Oh yeah,
Shinkansen is very good. In Germany, the trains are not in time. Every train too late.
yeah.
Yeah, Japanese trains are amazing. I love them too.
And we counted like the minutes when we're going on the Shinkansen, and we just like watched if there was like an oncoming train, and like the rhythm was like 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Like every 3 minutes, you had like a high-speed train like oncoming.
From Tokyo to Osaka.
Did you know that top 20 stations in terms of the amount of passengers are mostly Japanese stations? So like only Shinjuku has like 3.6 million passengers every day, and like all the top 20 are Japanese, almost all of them. And a few Indian stations, and like the rest are Japanese and maybe Seoul station.
Wow.
So it's like the amount of people who are using the trains is incredible in Japan, because it's so like convenient and the infrastructure is very well built. So, and like again, you have the toilets and you can buy like stuff, and the metro, it's so convenient, right?
Yeah. Okay. Everything's super clean and.
Okay, my name is Christina. What are your names?
I'm Preston.
Neptune.
Beck. Joseph.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, guys?
We're from the USA. Idaho, but California before that. Idaho, Utah, Idaho.
Are you all like traveling together from the
Yes,
US?
so these two are my children, and this is their cousin, my nephew.
Oh, so is it like a family trip?
Kinda. He just graduated high school.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, and they've been wanting to come to Tokyo since you were 7. Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, so this has been a long time through. Their other sibling and their mom is back at home wishing that they had come at this point.
So what was your image of Japan before coming here?
I'll let them answer because I've been here a few times.
Let me move.
It's around what I expected. It's beautiful though. I love it here. Not too far off as well, but more people. But they're all really, really nice. So
Pretty much what I expected.
In fairness, our kids were all raised as otaku, so I raised them on anime. I have a Full Metal Alchemist tattoo.
Oh.
You can see the Biohazards, Resident Evil shirt on there.
Wow.
The dress here. Some of these things. So we've loved Tokyo for a long time.
Can you show your tattoo, or is it like
It's,
too
I
difficult?
can, but
Wow. Oh, this one, that's so cool.
it's the homunculus tattoo from Full Metal Alchemist.
Wow.
So, yeah.
So, Alchemist is your favorite?
Full Metal Alchemist is my favorite, yes.
Well, guys, do you have any favorite anime?
Psychopaths.
I
think I just
Probably Madoka Magica.
Good choice.
Yeah.
So, is there something that kind of surprised you in Japan?
Well, for me, just because it's been like it's now easy to use credit cards. That I
Oh.
used to have to go grab all the cash every time I'd come to make sure I had enough everywhere. But just, I mean, maybe not surprised, but it always impresses me how well run the city is. Like getting around, we landed in the airport. We've never needed to use a taxi. We've never needed to use anything. It's just jumping on the right trains, jumping on the right buses. I think actually trains for us or just walking has been fantastic.
How many times have you been here?
This is my probably 4th time in Japan, 3rd or 4th time.
So what would you say is the reason that you keep coming here?
So before it was for work, and I'd always wanted to come here, but I work in technology. So one of the companies I used to work with and for, we fabricated all of our memory here in Japan. My father actually did a lot of international business, putting Japanese and American companies together, like Intel and Sony and other people like that, working on collaborations back in the 1980s. So it's always been a very important place for my family. But now, I mean, there's just so much history and so much to love in Japan. It's the culture, it's such a great mix of like incredibly traditional, incredibly proper culture, and then that counterculture that comes with it, just the creativity, the off-the-wall craziness, you know, to be at Meiji Jinju and then walk across the street and be in Harajuku and have both of those places completely make sense in a city. It's just such a cool thing to see.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. So if there was one thing that you could bring back to the States, what would it be?
The trains.
The trains?
Public transportation is way better here.
Oh yeah.
The trains or all the vending machines, like everywhere.
Convenience is so nice.
And I would actually say, for like, it's a lot of the way that the culture is set up here. So Japan, it just seems like you can do a lot of different stuff. So the trains, yes, on the practical side, but from me, it's the people. There's that concept, and there's like the politeness, but not like a lot of times, you know, you think prim and proper, you think cold, or you think closed off. Whereas here, it's been the opposite. You know, I can be ridiculous. I'm walking around with a scrunchie in my hair. I had a bow on most of the time, and people like laugh and look, but then, you know, be very, very proper and nice. But then we have a conversation, and it's just like that, friendship, and just so nice. You know, we've met here, you know, we trade Instagram information, and all of a sudden there are messages back and forth about, oh, have you tried this? Have you checked out this? Oh, what are your plans? How long are you staying in Japan? You should go see this. It's so cool just seeing that, you know, once there's that opening, even though it's thought of as kind of a conservative, prim, proper place, the people are just so kind and so nice, but everything's still done in such an orderly fashion, not because it's forced, but because that's kind of the education or the built-in
it's
point.
coming
So,
from the people, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh,
It was so
absolutely.
nice talking to you.
Pleasure.
Thank you for your time and enjoy Tokyo.
Thank you.
All right, my name is Christina. What are your names?
Reese,
And Jackie?
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, guys?
we're from Australia.
How long are you traveling in Japan?
2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
And this is your
Second day.
second day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got here yesterday.
How is it?
It's awesome. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
great.
We came here at night time, and then when we opened up the curtains, we were like, whoa, the city's here.
Yeah.
So,
No,
yeah.
it's been great.
So
Yeah.
what was your image of Japan before coming here?
Busy.
Chaotic, yeah.
But it's a lot more organised and less busy than we thought.
Yeah.
So
Because
Yeah.
we've been to China, but then you come here, it's so different, cleaner, people really polite.
yeah.
Really nice, yeah.
So what would you say is the biggest difference between Japan and your country?
I reckon Japan's a lot more organised.
Organised, yeah.
A lot more organised.
Technology.
Technology's a fair way along,
Yeah.
and just a lot more people in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
Did you have you? Well, you've been here only for 2 days, but have you already experienced any kind of culture shock or something that surprised you or impressed you? Maybe something about the people or.
Everyone's very polite. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very polite, and I think people are very accepting that we don't speak Japanese, and we have a try and say a few words, but yeah, everyone's very polite and accepting of that, which is good.
And everyone's really nice.
Yeah.
And very helpful. What else? And everyone seems to have a role. There's always people everywhere to help you out.
Yeah, that's a great
Yeah.
point actually. Yeah, it's very organised in that no matter where you go, there's someone pointing you in the right direction, or there's always someone to help you along.
Even showing us how to get into a lift.
Well,
Yeah.
that's a
So,
great
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
Whereas at home, it's just like,
Good luck.
tourists, good luck.
Is there something that you would like to bring back to your country after this travel?
Tea.
Tea.
Tea?
Souvenirs, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. A metro. We need a metro at home.
Yeah, we need metro.
Yeah.
We're very backwards in our country. A
Oh,
bit
yeah.
slow.
Mm.
Yeah.
Probably the metro for me.
Is that what you mean? Like in regards to?
Yeah, anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Definitely the metro for us.
Yeah.
'Cause we're about to have the Olympics in our
Yeah, in 10 or 9 years.
9 years, and we're in
In our
trouble
city.
because our transport is bad.
Yeah, they're going to do a lot of work in 9 years.
Okay, all right, guys, that's
Alright.
actually it.
No
Thank you
worries.
so much. Okay, so my name is Christina. What is your name?
My name's Anthony, Christina.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Boston.
What are you doing in Japan? What brought you here?
I work for the United States.
What do you do? Like in a company or?
I like engineering, yeah.
Oh, how long have you been here?
About 3 years.
3 years. So what was your image of Japan before coming here?
Well, I grew up here when I was younger
Oh,
as well.
really?
So yeah,
Oh.
so I'm kind of coming back. I was gone for about 20 years, so I had a pretty good idea of Japan.
Oh.
I know there's a lot of like, misconceptions isn't the right word, but there's a lot of like preconceived notions about Japan, and some of them are good, especially some of the positive aspects. It's an amazing place, and it's very beautiful, very friendly, very safe.
Like,
But
I'm,
it can be challenging to live into as well.
I'm very curious about your story. How come? Like 20 years?
Just my parents were in the military, so I grew up here as a dependent in the military. So
were you born here? Or?
no, I was born in the States, and then I
Mm.
lived in Italy and then Japan. So I've been like all over, but
Mm.
I'd always wanted to try to get a job and come back here. So.
So did you go to the school here in Japan?
So if you're with the military, they have schools on the bases, and so I went to school on base. So it's still an American school, so I was taught only a limited amount of Japanese when I was here. So I've been trying my best to relearn it as much as I can and kind of fit in. My goal is to stay here long term with my job and really enjoy the place and make it home again. So
what is the reason that you wanted to go back to Japan?
Well, it was like the core years of my childhood, so it felt like going home. And I'd moved around so much, and when I was younger, this was the place I was at the most. So I love a lot of the places I'm from. I love like New England, where I'm from in America, but this always felt like home, and was just itching to go back and kind of relive my youth and see places that I used to go to, see what's changed, and a lot has changed even from the 90s. So.
What would you say is the biggest difference between where you're from and Japan?
Probably where I'm from, I think the one thing I noticed is I use the trains every day to commute, and in America it's driving long distances to do anything, and it's probably the urban sprawl that comes with it. It's just not everything's a parking lot like it is in the States, and that's kind of nice. It's sometimes I miss the freedom of driving though, but just the infrastructure and the convenience and organization of all of this is pretty nice. So I live in Yokohama, so it's only 30 minutes to Tokyo, and it's so easy to just go and do so many things. But I do miss it, like in New England, just being out in the getting away from it all, which takes quite a while to do when you're in Japan, to get somewhere where it's a little more secluded.
Yeah, that's true. Would you like to stay in Japan like forever? Or?
I think I would prefer to. I kind of like what I do, and I like being here. It's just pleasant. I love the food, love the people. You meet so many friendly people who all, even not just Japanese people, but other foreigners and other Americans who are here in sort of a similar situation. So it's very easy to make a lot of friends really fast. I find, especially because you all share this one aspect of, hey, we both live in Japan.
Yeah,
so.
that's true. All right, thank you so much.
Yeah, no
It was
problem,
really
thank you.
lovely to talk to you,
It was great to talk
and
to you.
enjoy your day. My name is Christina. What are your names?
Saskia,
Lucas.
Nice to meet you. Where are you from, guys?
Germany.
Are you traveling in Japan?
Yes.
How long is your trip?
2.5 weeks,
Yes.
but we start here, so we are here for 2 days.
Only for
Yeah,
2 days.
yes,
What's your plan?
We go on to Kyoto, Osaka, Nara, and so on. Yeah.
Why did you decide to come to Japan for traveling?
The culture,
The food, of course.
Yes. So what was your image of Japan before coming here?
Crowded, yeah, crowded.
Mangoes, ham, sushi.
And when you actually came, was it different from what you expected?
Yes, it's much greener than this one.
Yeah, but it's good. Yeah.
Is there something that impressed you so far
Ooh,
about Japan?
good question. It's not too that loud as we expect it to be. It's much more quiet. Yeah.
What would you say is the biggest difference between your country and Japan?
That there are people in lines, staying in lines and waiting. In
That's
Germany.
interesting, right?
Yeah.
So in
Have you
Germany,
done it
all
already?
people goes at the
Yeah.
back and then.
Have you already done it?
Yes.
Yes.
You did. What was it for?
For the stairs at the
Us.
subway.
So, and last question.
Yes.
If you could bring one thing back to Germany, what would it be?
The small animal with the spikes on it.
hedgehog?
Yeah, hedgehog.
Yeah.
There's a cafe where you can pet them. It was good.
So cute.
That's really interesting.
Was bist du?
Yeah, the hedgehog or some capybaras. Yeah.
Capybara.
Yeah, the animals.
It's really cute. All right, guys, thank you so much. It was really lovely to talk to you. Enjoy your day.
Thank you.
Have a beautiful
You too.
evening. Yeah.
They should actually step up their game. Step up their game.
今日はすごく楽しかったです。私はインタビューする人として、皆さんどうでしたか？ぜひコメントで教えてください。では今回ここまでとなります。チャンネル登録までしてない方はチャンネル登録、インスタ、ツイッターフォローよろしくお願いします。じゃあねー。